Welcome guys, so this will be my second sealed Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I thought, let's do something different, let's try traditional sealed. So this is best of 3. You get eliminated if you have 2 match losses, so if you got 1 less, you're eliminated a bit quicker in theory. But because you're playing best of 3s, you're probably playing a few more games, potentially, so you could finish 4-1, play 5 matches, and play 15 games of Magic. And you're guaranteed at least, I guess, 4 games of Magic, because you could go 0-2, 0-2. So in a way, it's good value, right? That's the theory. So we'll jump into this. Okay, I see a couple of artifacts down there. Let's start at the top left. We have Ghalta. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. 3 green and 5 for a 12/12 trample. When Ghalta Stampede Tyrant enters the battlefield, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That sounds nice. But there's no cost reduction on this version of Ghalta. You've got to get to 8 mana. That's quite challenging. We'll look at the other green card first. We have a Bedrock Tortoise. Oh, I did see this before. 0/6. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control have hexproof. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. So this just, I ran into this guy, and he just got played on turn 4. So he's a 6/6 basically, and I didn't have an answer to him, and I just got destroyed. So yeah, 6/6 for 4 mana basically. Seems pretty good. We have Kutzil's Flanker, a Cat Warrior for 3 mana. It's a 3/1 flash. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1, put a +1/+1 counter on Kutzil's Flanker for each creature that left the battlefield under your control this turn. Okay. So you could play it after a kind of a Wrath effect and get a big creature, for example. Or after you've had to chomp block a bunch of things. The other options, you gain 2 life and scry 2. That's pretty solid. And you can exile target player's graveyard. Yeah, that's a pretty good 3-drop, I think. In blue here we have Oja Patik, Deepest Epoch, 4/3 flying for 4. It's a god. Whenever you cast an instant spell from your hand, it gains rebound. If you cast a spell with rebound from your hand, exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you may cast that card from exile without paying its mana cost. Great. So that's pretty awesome. But we'd need some instants to actually benefit from that. You don't always get very many of the right type of card in sealed. When Oja Patik dies, return it to the battlefield. Tapped and transformed with 3 time counters on it. So you get the Temple of Cyclical Time. So you can add mana and remove a time counter. And then for 3 mana and tap, you can transform it only if it has no time counters on it and only as a sorcery. So this is a persistent creature that comes back, as long as it's not been exiled. So it's pretty good. We have Throne of the Grim Captain and the Grim Captain. So legendary artifact. 2 mana, you can mill 2 cards. So self mill, right? because it doesn't have a target, so I assume you just mill yourself. You craft with a dinosaur, a merfolk, a parrot, and a vampire? Did you say and a vampire? That's not gonna happen in a million years. If you need, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's one of the most ridiculous requirements I've ever seen. But okay. You get the Grim Captain if you can craft that. You get a 7/7 menace, trample, lifelink, hexproof. Well, at least he's pretty good. Skeleton, spirit pirate. Whenever the Grim Captain attacks, each opponent sacrifices a non-land permanent. Then you may put an exiled creature card used to craft the Grim Captain onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. Yeah, he's pretty good. I'm just thinking, how do you cheat this guy out so you don't have to pay the ridiculous cost? I don't think you can cheat this out, unfortunately. That would be amazing if you could somehow flip that in a limited game. But yeah, I think we can forget about that one. We have Fabrication Foundry. Oh, interesting. Not legal. This card is temporarily prohibited and not legal in any format. Does that include limited by any chance? So let's try and guess what the bug was with this. So add white mana, spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate an ability of an artifact source. Then white and 2, tap, exile 1 or more other artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return target artifact card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, it's sort of bringing stuff back from the graveyard. But no, I couldn't tell you what the why that's banned. Exactly. Right. So yeah, let's see. We like this green creature. I think this just wins games when you play it. 4/3 flyers sometimes just win games as well. That's sort of unplayable. White creature is handy. I guess we can't play this. See if it's it should have red on it. Yes, yeah. We literally can't. Yeah, we can't play that. Okay, sure. Okay, now usually I go through the cards I've got. I'm going through the lands first. So basically find useful lands. Excuse me. I didn't hit the get to the mute button quick enough, I'm afraid. So Volatile Full isn't good because it just destroys non-basic lands, but the rest of them are lands with upside. Check out the colorless cards. So Hunter's Blowgun. Oh, equipped creature has Death Touch as long as it's your turn, otherwise it has Reach. Okay. One mana, 2 mana to equip. Seems okay. Seems okay. I don't think I'd play it though. Compass Gnome, you can put a land on top of your library. I think very useful. Contested game ball. Right. Okay. There's a lot of text on there, but basically this is a tome that draws cards. It's 2 mana, and then it's 2 mana to tap and draw a card. But your opponent can steal it by doing you combat damage. When it gets to 5-point counters, you sacrifice it and make a treasure token, which isn't very exciting. Yeah, I'm not sure this is a very good card. I'd be a bit concerned trying to play this, because if you're going more controlling with things that draw you cards, you're generally the one getting hit with creatures. Careening Minecart makes a treasure token when it attacks. Yeah, this is a classic. I think this is a good card. Scampering Surveyor. So it's 4 mana. It ramps a land from your deck into play. Yeah, it might be good, but if we're trying to ramp out Ghalta, you probably want to play things like this. Hoverstone Pilgrim. I think it's okay. It's got flying. Yeah. Anything with evasion. I'm looking for basically bombs removal evasion with the first pass. Get a bit of an idea of what colours are playable. Articlan Landmark. Okay, scry for 2 for 1 mana. That's good. So I'm also looking for cheap mana fixing, just cards that can help you not be mana screwed. So when you craft it with an artifact, it becomes 1/4 flying. Oh, and it can give something else flying. That is not bad at all. Yes, I think that's good. Clay-fired bricks. Oh, and that finds you a land. Oh, that's nice. And you gain 2 life. For 7 mana, you get Cosmium Kiln. You get 2 1/1 Compass Gnome artifact creatures, and creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay. That's okay, I think. It's just an anthem. It costs you 7, but you've already got value. You've just dug the planes out of the deck and given you 2 life, which is fine. Okay, I think that's good. It's early mana fixing. Cosmium Blast is a removal spell. You like removal. Ironport Aspirant, Cat Warrior. Okay, so basically 2/3 for 2. Well, we come back to this. This is basically an aggro card. Petrify is a removal spell. Okay, white looking quite good so far. Envoy of Okinek Ahau. For 5 mana, can make a gnome. That seems okay. It's a 3/3 for 3 mana as well. Come back to that one, I think. Because 5 mana's a lot. You might not ever use that. Glorifier of Suffering. Vampire Soldier. Okay, you can pump up 2 creatures when that comes into play. That's okay. Surely Storm Runner. Oh, this actually explores, so this can give you card advantage. Or it'll be a 2/2 double strike. So I think that's just always, you always want to play that. You always want to play the Kutzal's Flanker. Scries for 2, so that can sort of fix the top of your deck. Okay, Might of the Ancestors. Yeah, someone played this against me. This was good value. Give something +2 power and vigilance till end of turn. So it's letting a smaller creature trade up. It's giving a larger creature vigilance, so you can still block with it. So it's sort of enabling attacks. It's kind of it's basically evasion almost. So yeah, it's enabling you to make attacks. So I'd say that's good. You just don't want too many of these cards and not enough creatures. That's one problem with that. So this is a flyer. We like flyers. This makes it makes a gnome as well, doesn't it? I'll take archaeologists. Okay, you could get an artifact back or scry 3. So yeah, it's card advantage. It's expensive though, but it's not bad. So yeah, white looks okay. A couple of removal cards in there. Some decent mana fixing. Okay, Araska Puzzle Doors, basically early mana fixing. I think that's good. Inverted Iceberg. Mill a card, then draw a card. Yeah, so pretty good. And becomes a creature later for 6 mana. Yeah, I'd say that. I think that's playable. Lodestone Needle. Okay, that is removal. That stuns something. And then you can use it to explore. Pretty good. This has got flying, so that's good. It can help you cast your artifacts. Yeah. Good card. Pirate Hat. So, draw and discard a card. Costs you 3 or 4 basically to do that. That seems okay. But I might skip that one. River Herald Scout. Yeah, I saw this. Saw this previously. This is yeah, just a 2 mana explore creature, which is good. Shipwreck Sentries, sort of just an aggro card, I would say. We'll skip that. Sage of Days. Okay. Yeah, card advantage. Oh, sorry, not card advantage. You put the card back on top of the library. So it's card selection. Yeah, this has got flying. Gives you a map token. It's good. Waylaying Pirates. Yeah, that's good. Stuns something. Oh, and this can get flying. Okay, I'm gonna have a little break there. Okay, and I'm back. So I was just looking at the white and blue cards. We just happen to have a deck here of with 41 cards. There's probably a few things I would add if I was going to play this deck. I'd probably add these early creatures. Yeah, we've got room for another 3-drop. So that's a potential deck, but maybe I'd like a bit more removal, to be honest. But it's got a nice amount of just consistency with these early scrying, digging for land cards. Anyway, we'll move on to black. Okay, dead weight, good removal card. We have no less than 3 greedy freebooters. So, I suppose it's good fodder for a sacrifice deck, but when you sacrifice this, you are down a card. It doesn't draw a card when it dies, it just scries for 1. But it gets you a treasure token, so it helps. Maybe you might be able to ramp something out significant. Deathcap Marionette. Okay, 1/1 Death Touch. It lets you mill 2 when it comes into play. Death Touches are like removal spells, so I always take the Death Touches, I consider them. Fungal Fortitude is a flash aura, and you get to bring the creature back. It seems like pretty good value. It's sort of a combat trick, but it gives you a permanent effect. I think that's a good card. Mephitic Draft. Okay, just straight up draws you a card. You lose 1 life. But also it does that when it goes to the graveyard. So this is another sort of another piece of sacrifice fodder, but it gives you card advantage. So it's a little bit better than the greedy freebooter. I think that's pretty good. Skullcap Snail. Oh, when it enters the battlefield, target opponent exiles a card from their hand, and we managed to get 3 of these as well. So it's exile, which is nice. So this is we've seen this card before. There's about 4 or 5 different versions of this card. So it's early card advantage, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you're up a 1/1 body, but that could be quite disruptive for your opponent. I think I've got to consider playing all 3 of those. Right, yeah, Throne of the Grim Captain is a bit tricky to arrange. That we can make a Dinosaur, Merfolk, Pirate, Vampire deck, I suppose. It would be quite something to pull that off. I suppose you've got to ask yourself if an artifact that just mills 2 cards is any good. It's only good with other stuff, I suppose. So yeah, we're not interested in this at the moment. I'd be very surprised if we play that. Excuse me. Right, the Acolytes. This is what you call a sacrifice outlet. All you get is a 1-point drain life when you sacrifice something. It's the kind of thing that's good with other cards. It is a way of sacrificing your Mephitic Draft, for example. But I'm not that excited by this card. Join the Dead, very nice removal card. Like that. Malicious Eclipse. So all creatures get -2/-2. We have a sweeper. And it exiles your opponent's creatures as well. Yes, I think we can work with that. Soulcoil Viper. Finality counter? What's a finality counter? Oh, if opponent with a finality counter on it would go to Graven from the battlefield, exile it instead. I was just thinking, I want a reanimation effect, because I am thinking of ways of cheating out Mr. Ghalta. If we can somehow discard Ghalta, or mill it, and bring it back, that could be pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to include the Soulcoil Viper. I feel like that's potentially going to give us good value. Stinging Cave Crawler has Death Touch. And it can draw you a card when it attacks. That's nice. Yes, that's good. Synapse and Necromage. That gives you value on death. Couple of 1/1s. Yeah, I think that's good enough to consider. Vito's Inquisitor. Another sacrifice outlet. It's a way of pumping up Vito's Inquisitor. Yep, pretty good. Primordial Nora. When it dies, discover 3. Oh, now that's really good. Discover seems awesome because it just keeps going through your deck until it can cast something. Yeah, or put it. You don't have to cast it; it can go into your hand. The Abyssal Gorestalker. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Yeah, that does seem good. And the Rampaging Spiketail has swamp cycling. So that seems good. Right. So there's definitely some sacrifice stuff going on in black. I don't think the payoffs are amazing though. We've included 15 black cards. Okay, red. Goblin Tomb Raider. I did just play one of these in the last my first attempt at sealed deck. It seems pretty good. I mean, it's not hasting on turn 1. It might be hasting on turn 2 as a 2/2. So yeah, it's an aggro card. We'll just skip it for the moment. Sunfire Torch basically is like a shock with more steps. You can do 2 damage to something, so it's good. Ancestor's Aid is a combat trick. I skip those kinds of things, but it can make a treasure token, which makes it a bit more interesting. I see a lot of people playing Sunshot Militia. You can tap 2 untapped artifacts or creatures for it to deal 1 damage to each opponent at sorcery speed. So you can't do it at the end of your opponent's turn. But this is like it's a bit like that zombie where you could tap 3 untapped creatures to do 1 damage. And this also counts artifacts, and you only need 2. So it's pretty good. I think that's effectively evasion as well, doing direct damage. So that's definitely good. Volatile Wonderglyph. You can discard and draw, so that's a bit of useful potential mana fixing. Well, looting. Discard and draw. Zoyawa's Justice. Interesting. Not what I thought. I thought it would just be a burn spell. You are going to bounce an artifact or creature into the library. And you discover X, where X is the mana value. Oh, it's X or less, so the first thing you hit gets cast. Actually, that's probably how Discover works. Now I think of it. Yeah, hard to fathom how that's going to work. Whether that's going to be good or bad. Probably some very impressive combos you can do with this, I imagine. But I'm going to leave it out because it's kind of a red bounce spell, I suppose. Scytheclaw Raptor. Oh, it punishes people for casting things on my turn. And it's a 4-3 for 3. Yeah, I think that's good. Curator of Sun's Creation. Oh, extra discover value. Yeah, somebody played this against me. Rumbling Rockslide. It's a removal spell. Rampaging Ceratops has a really good evasion ability. Can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. That's pretty awesome. And then we've got the Mountain Cycling Dinosaur. Okay. Yeah, there weren't that many red cards. Just 8 we've included there. So we're sort of hoping green's got enough that we can play Ghalta and the Tortoise. Right, Malamet Battle Glyph. Is a fight spell. It's just a fight spell. Well, it's removal. Seeker of Sunlight. For 3 mana it can explore, which is okay. Yeah. That might be useful. Disturbed Slumber. Right, yeah, you can turn a land into a 4-4, and it has to be blocked. Has reach and haste. That's basically like green removal. Arguably. Yeah, let's consider that. Maybe that's going to be pretty good. Right, over the edge. Okay, it's a disenchant, or it's a double explore. I think I like that. Yeah, it's a way of getting to some more land. Okay, combat trick. We can skip that. Kincaller. Yeah, dinosaur. You can basically gain 3 life. 3 for 3. We'll skip that. Huatli's final strike is removal. So that's the punch spell. Malamet Scythe. Oh, you're right. You can flash it into play and it just attaches to a creature. Cool. So it's a pump spell that sticks around, basically. That's maybe quite a good combat trick, basically. I think yeah, I consider playing that. Bedrock Tortoise is good. Right, the Jade Seedstones, yeah, so you can pump some creatures at sorcery speed. And then it can turn into a huge creature and gain loads of life. So, yes, I think that's good. Walk with the Ancestors. 5 mana, you get a card from the graveyard and you discover 4. So you're getting 2 cards for 5 mana. It's a bit pricey, but okay. Maybe that's good. Cavern Stomper, scry for 2. It's a big creature. 7/7 for 6, and then we've got Ghalta, which has trample. So we added 13 green cards as well. We've added most of the cards, I think, to be honest. So the weaker looking colours, I suppose, red, white, blue. There's just fewer things. We could remind ourselves what our rares are as well. Well, the rares we've got the 2 green rares, we've got a white rare, something unplayable, something literally unplayable, and something practically unplayable. The Throne of the Grim Captain. The other rares, yeah, Ghalta, Bedrock Tortoise. Oh, that's right, Oja, Patik. So I think I want to try and play Ghalta, and so we could play black and green and try and discard Ghalta and reanimate it with that card. Soulcoil Viper, which seems like a long shot. Or we could play blue-green and play a lot of explore. Just try and hit our land drops and just aim for Ghalta on turn 8. Because we don't have much ramp. Oh, we've got 1 ramp card. We've got actually, we can make treasures with the minecart. We've got Scampering Surveyor. So yeah, maybe it's possible. Thought white and blue were alright. I think I'm just going to cut 1 colour. I'll just cut red to start with. Just see what we're missing as well. Okay, yeah. The things we've added are pretty good from red, but I don't think it's enough. We've got, let's see, basically a shock there and a rock slide. A couple of removal cards. That can make a treasure. Yeah. I think I'm okay with dropping red. White was pretty good as well, but let's try dropping the white cards and see what it looks like. So yeah, a couple of white removal cards there, and we've got this rare as well. think I'm just a bit more excited to try and play Ghalta. So we'll try and make a deck out of these 3 colours, I think. I might drop one of them. Green plus something else. So I'll call that end of part 1. And have a bit of a think. Thanks for watching so far. Okay, I've come up with a black-green deck. We've had to make some difficult decisions on what to leave in there and what to leave out. So in we have quite a lot of black cards. So I've cut out any sacrifice theme. So we're not going in that direction. So you might be surprised I'm not playing an Abyssal Gorestalker. So this could be obviously pretty powerful, making my opponent sacrifice 2 creatures. So I'm not playing the things that make creatures. I'm not playing Synapse Necromage, and I'm not playing things like Greedy Freebooter. Also, I'm going to leave Malicious Eclipse in the sideboard. So this is the -2/-2 sweeper. It's just going to be a dead card against some decks, so I can't really risk playing it. And we're playing best of 3, so it can come in if it's we're against an aggro deck. What we have played in black, we've got single target removal. I've got Death Touchers. And I've got all 3 Skullcap Snails. I want to try these out and see if they give me an advantage. I feel like making my opponent exile a card is pretty good. I've got the Fungal Fortitude in there, so potentially this could bring back a Skullcap Snail that's about to die. So yeah, really getting the most of the end of the battlefield effects. Could be good. In green, I've gone for all the fight and punch effects, so they go really well with the Death Touches. So it's a Death Touch and fight kind of strategy we're going for, and then we've got a little bit of ramp to try and at least get out Ghalta. We've got Careening Minecart. Scampering Surveyor gets me a land. Compass Gnome puts a land on top of the deck. There's not a lot of ramp, to be honest. I have left out Seeker of Sunlight might be good, but I didn't find room for Seeker of Sunlight. It's a mana sink card that sort of helps you explore and find more land. I don't know if we'll have time to do that. I didn't find room for Disturbed Slumber, it seems like it's a slightly risky green removal card, because you're turning a land into a creature. If they've got instant speed removal, you're down a land, and you don't get to kill anything. So it's a bit risky. I've decided we can drop that over the edge. Yep, it's okay, but there's no room for it really. And Malamet Scythe is quite good, but the creature count is too low. I can't sort of put in more non-creature, non-removal. We've only got 14 creatures, so that's what we're running up against really. So I think I've got to play things like the Armored Kincaller, 3/3 for 3, just sort of solid things. So there's an argument maybe I should be playing Synapse Necromage as well, maybe Vito's Inquisitor, so I can just up the creature count a little bit. I suppose the Minecart is an extra creature in a way, but it's a vehicle that needs to be crewed. Yeah, so that's the deck. Pretty straightforward stuff, I think. On one thing is I looked through, Because I had Mephitic Draft. It seems good, you know. Play it, draw a card, sacrifice it, draw another card. Don't have that many ways to sacrifice it, and I don't have craft with artifact in the deck. I've got a craft with creature. I've got the Jade Seedstones, so it just doesn't work with Mephitic Draft, and there's nothing else that uses artifacts. So that's the reason that gets left out. Oh yeah, it did this before. It kind of dumps you here. Right. Let's just try and get off this page. Discard changes, please. So that seems to be a little bug in sealed. Remember, we're in the best of 3 sealed. Right. Okay. Let's add to decks. Okay, we get to choose. Play first. Okay, it's all black. But we do have 3 black cards. We've got a Stinging Slave, Cave Crawler. We can Swamp Cycle this for another swamp, which is not ideal, but at least we've got, you know, a play on turn 3. So I'm going to keep it and just hope we draw some forests. Okay, we have a Soulcoil Viper, which is interesting. That can bring back the Spiketail. So that's a strategy. Okay, cool. We got something. Shipwreck Sentry. Okay, get rid of that. Swamp Cycle. There's also one less swamp in the deck that we can draw. And a forest. Thank God for that. Right. Cave Crawler with Death Touch. I think I play that first, so maybe it soaks up the first removal spell, and then we've still got this potential combo. Okay, that works with artifacts. Let's take the damage. Okay, interestingly, we could play a Skullcap Snail here, and then we'll have mana for Fungal Fortitude up. Yeah, that could be a very nasty combo. Let's do that. He'll lose a land, okay. Staunch Crewmaster, so that's a 2/1 pirate, and he gets to draw another card. He's managed to put together a couple of pirates there. Top 4 cards as well, nice. Okay. So he gets an artifact, so he can attack with the 3/3 if he wants. He may get a nasty surprise. So we get to do our combo, Fungal Fortitude, we trade off. Snail comes back and he has to exile another card. Enterprising Scallywag is gone. Okay. We'll now play Soulcoil Viper. Not attacking yet. See if he's got removal for the Viper. And we're actually we're drawing a few lands. We're getting towards sort of Ghalta territory. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, let's bring back a Spiketail. Oh, and we can pump something up with the Spiketail. I like that. Okay. Attack like that. Let's attack with both of these. Let's save the removal spell because he hasn't got anything terrifying. And we could get a 2-for-1 here. Or we could even final strike that and kill both of those. We might be thinking about this sacrificing the Hidden Necropolis thing as well. Oh, he's got something good. It's cover 5. So he's got his cool dinosaur. And I could have killed that with my removal spell if I'd kept it. I just got greedy. Okay, he's got a braid and a braid. Interesting. Oh well, Cavern Stomper is pretty good. Scry for 2. Walk with Ancients is pretty cool. Let's aim for that next turn. Permanent, so we can get the Death Toucher back, I guess. Or the Soulcoil Viper might be interesting. Okay, no attacks. Done. Right, what's he got here? Another rare, of course. Mill 2, draw 2, nice. And if he gets 8 in the graveyard, 8 permanents. It's all permanents. This transforms. You can target permanent can become a copy of that spell. Okay, that's interesting. Right, walk with ancestors. I'm trying to think of what this might do. I think I will just attack with Cavern Stomper, to be honest. As long as that's not got first strike. Okay, walk with the ancestors. Bring back the Cavern Stomper. Discover 4. Oh, Bedrock Tortoise. Don't mind if I do. And end turn. Yeah, he's managed to flip that so he can start copying things. Well, they get copied till end of turn. That could be a 6/6. Oh, it's, yeah, 6/6, okay. And you can tap stuff when you play it. Okay, that's gonna trigger twice, I guess. Oh, we've got our third green mana. That's pretty good. Oh, good point. Creatures you control with toughness greater than power, assign combat damage equal to toughness. So I can attack with the Spiketail. It does 6 damage. Play the Cavern Stompers, do some more scrying. Dead weight. Oh, Jade Seedstones. Probably pretty good, to be honest. Probably don't need the dead weight at this point. Scarborough 4 with that. Got loads of land off the top. Found the Sunfire Torch. Yeah, that'll do it. And we're about to potentially get another 7/7. Okay, yeah, that is game 1. Right. We might keep our deck as it is. We might consider Malicious Eclipse, but he's kind of a ramp deck as well. He's trying to get something very impressive out, so I'm going to stick with that. Okay, opponent goes first, of course. This time we got black and green mana, so I think we keep this one. Okay. Just having a little battle with a cat who wants to stand there. He's determined to sit in front of the screen. Okay, he's found his staunch crewmate. He draws a card because... Oh, right, no, it always draws a card. Nice. That's, I thought you needed a pirate for some reason, but no. Okay, my turn. Okay, we've got a Skullcap Snail. That does 2 damage, I think. Okay, Armored Kincaller. I'll tell you what might be better next turn. We'll go with... We could go with a Careening Minecart, actually. Okay, that's 3 damage. Okay, something's happening here. Right, so what we can do, Armored Kincaller can come out and we can battle Glyph to get a +1/+1 counter on it, and we can kill the Compass Gnome. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We don't have a dinosaur, we can't gain life. We'll do that and make a treasure and hit for 3. Which is pretty good. Okay, he has a 2/5 blocker. So now I think we can do a Skullcap Snail. Okay, he's lost a land, that's okay. Let's crew with the snail. Attack with both of these. Okay, fair enough. Let's try and kill the Hoverstone Pilgrim with Fungal Fortitude. Kill both of them, actually. And he still gets to play his Trumpeting Carnosaur on curve, even though he's just drawn the right number of lands, obviously. So, well played. Poetic Ingenuity is a rare as well. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, make a 3/1 dinosaur. Oh my god. Create that. Okay, so he's going to make treasure tokens when this attacks. It's a nightmare. Okay, I will play out another land. Surveyor gets me yet another land out of the deck. That's pretty good. Let's do that. And let's get a cave, actually. Let's get the Hidden Necropolis. feel like we're in combat trick territory here, where he's going to, if I try and block with everything, he's going to have something. Although, let's remember, Sunfire Torch, you can use it when he attacks. Okay, you make a treasure token with that, okay. Resolve this and see if he does kill something. He's going to do that, and so in response we're going to crew that with that guy. Are we going to take a big risk and block this? I mean, we're probably dead in about 2 turns anyway. We'll lose both of these. We'll give it a shot. We'll just give it a shot. Okay, it paid off. We got lucky there. He's got more things. He's got a 6/6 coming from this. You can do that this turn as well. Loads of money available. Okay, Huatli's final strike. Okay, the Hoverstone Pilgrim doesn't quite block this. We could discover 4 with that and hope that we find something good. Activate only as a sorcery, like a Death Toucher. That would be great. Of course, this taps things down, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's do it. Dead weight. Okay. That helps a little bit. And no attacks. Enter. So he's getting 3/1 dinosaurs whenever he makes artifacts. We want to keep 8 mana available in case we top deck Ghalta, I think. Oh, he's going to look for something cool as well. Off the top, it's an Abrade. Kill my snail, or no, I could just put it in his hand, can't he? Yeah. Okay. Now I was talking of not using the treasures, but now I think about it, can't I Huatli's final strike to do 2 damage, then block and kill it, and then I'll top deck Ghalta and feel terrible, but it might buy me more time. He's only got 1 blue mana open. Let's try it. So we dealt with the 6/6. That's pretty good. Okay, Hoverstone Pilgrim comes out finally. It's got Ward 2. Oh, yeah, sorry. Abrade just kills it. Yeah, I mean, it's not as if we have many other options. The Braid is going to cost him 4 mana. So we're going to play a terrible Jade Seedstones, which is going to do nothing. But then we can play that next turn. We'll pretend that we've not seen his Abrade. We'll load this guy up with tokens. Okay, now am I going to use the ability here? Let's look at my graveyard. Fungal Fortitude might be good. It's going to be the last. I'm trying to think if we've got any way of shuffling the deck. Well, we've got yeah, we've got discover cards and things. Okay, we'll keep a land in hand. Oh no, that's something else horrendous. That's bounced back to my hand. Okay, well, we're going to play it with no creatures. Can I craft a creature from my hand? I didn't even think about that. I assume I had to play it. Oh, the Stinging Cave Crawler. That's, well, it's not bad. Okay, let's craft this with a creature. Let's get the most life points possible. That'd be 5 life points. Good. Okay, we've got a 7/7. Just get in there. 7 damage, nice. Okay. Cave Crawler. Do we play a forest? I don't think so. I don't think we need to play the forest. This is a, yeah, so this is just card draw. But only for artifacts and pirates. He's found Oaken Siren. He's going to make 3/1. Got an army. He can attack with the 3/3, so I could trade off there. Or I could use this to draw me a card and see if we can get some kind of breakthrough. It's a pretty nasty return attack if I attack with everything. Okay, it's probably better to not attack and just trade off. This doesn't have trample or anything. Okay, Soulcoil Viper. stuff back. He does have to block with a creature if I attack. But then he attacks with everything. 5 in the end. Yeah, for about 8 damage. Oh, well, less than 12 minutes remaining. I'm just going to attack with this and not really think about it. It's probably a mistake. Okay, right, he's going to do that and just trade off. Take that on the chin and end the turn. Right, we've got 11. I forget that there's a half-hour timer for your best of 3, so yeah. it usually happens in game 1, I remember that. We're dead next turn, so... Okay, that's just a casual 6-7, and we're going to draw a... This is definitely where I concede. I just can't seem to concede sometimes. Yeah, you got me there. You got me there. Let's hit the concede button. Final game. Let's think again about Malicious Eclipse. Do we need that? It's the choice between the Eclipse and the Skullcap Snails. I like the snails. Disturbed Slumber might stop his flyers. So it's what would we replace the snails with? A couple of Disturbed Slumbers. I think, yeah, Malicious Eclipse might be good against his deck. I'll drop my snails. 1, 2, 3. What other things are we losing? We are losing Death Touchers as well. We will add the Disturbed Slumber. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Yes. I think we'll lose a Deathcap Marionette. That's just another creature that will die to my Malicious Eclipse. Keep the Compass Gnome though, and does that get? It doesn't give reach. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's give that a shot. We suddenly don't have enough 2-drops in the deck. After we do that, we've just taken 4 2-drops out, so we're going to have an awkward start probably. We managed to draw 2 Disturbed Slumbers, which I'm ambivalent about. It's a sort of reactive card, not a build the board kind of card. Okay, let's pop. At least we got 3 2-drops. Let's pop something on top. Is it going to be a cave card? Yeah, I'm going to go for a cave card. Okay, we could Final Strike this guy. Seems... Or we could Disturbed Slumber this guy. Oh no, we can't. We can't. That has to be done on a land. You've got to have an untapped land. Yeah, we blew it. We blew it. Never mind. I'm hitting him with the Compass Gnome. Yeah, gotta think that doesn't cost 2 mana. That costs 3 mana because it's not going to do anything on a tapped land. Let's see if he manages to play his dinosaur on curve again this game. He's discarded a Poetic Ingenuity. Yeah. Well, that is a very good turn 3, I've got to say. We draw another land, and that is good in this case. We could actually, like, yeah, again, you can't hit for 8. We could hit for an extra 4. And I'll attack this. Now we're thinking, would we rather, probably would rather have the snails here. Do we use our risky removal card? No. Just take the damage. Oh yeah, 9 minutes left. Verted iceberg, okay. Yeah. Mill card, draw a card, yeah. Shipwreck Sentry. Okay, on to my turn. Do we do a Disturbed Slumber? I think we can Kincaller and gain 3 life. I will just, yeah, I think I'll keep hitting with the Compass Gnome. Keep an eye on the time and not get too distracted. Because potentially we've got 8 haste damage. That is another sort of way of looking at it. Nice, there's his island cycling thing. Oh, right, okay, my 3 creatures can't block. My 2 creatures. Nice one. He gets to draw another card as well. Sunfire Torch, okay. Okay, Dinosaur makes treasure for yeah, he's getting amazing card selection. Okie doke, well we top deck a land, that's what we wanted. We can play our Cavern Stomper. Attack like that. Definitely in a bit of a race here. Okay, those trade off. We're okay with that. Scry for 2 is nice, so let's see what we get. Okay, we don't need a swamp. A 3/2 that puts a land into play is quite nice. It's another body. I think we do it. It means we can cast. Well, we're 1 closer to casting Ghalta if we get Ghalta. is actually quite exciting. With the, I thought I made a mistake keeping a hand with these Disturbed Slumbers, which really don't do anything for a long time. Well, until they're just kind of 4 direct damage a lot of the time. So actually, yeah, the he can block, you see, with so something taking 2 damage. Yes, it is. That's taking 2 damage. Okay. Is it a braid he's got? Runaway Boulder he's got, which kills that. Oh, no. And we're down to 9. We could do a Huatli's Final Strike to kill that. Plus Disturbed Slumber and hit for 8. And then hope that we can stay alive. He needs to find 6 extra damage. We could play a 3-2 and just hope. We could do that and hope. So let's do a 3-2 and hope. And get the cave. Okay. No attacks. End turn. Right. He's got the Carnosaur, because he always has the Carnosaur. On curve. Guaranteed. Raid on that one. Okay. He's had it all 3 games. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay, what are we doing? We're taking 8 damage, actually. If we don't block anything. We can't kill the Carnosaur just yet. We just have to block 3 damage, I think, and hope. It might come back to that mistake on turn 3. I played the tap land instead of the untapped land. This could have Disturbed Slumber and killed the Wonder Glyph. And it would have done quite a lot. I mean, he had a turn 3 Poetic Ingenuity, so it's kind of powerful. Right, over to my turn. We've got Over the Edge. We've drawn our answer to Poetic Ingenuity, but a bit too late. What can we do here? Let's see, 4 minutes left. Make a couple of 4/4s. And Huatli's Final Strike, maybe. So we'll go next. Yeah, we could have got him to 3 life the other turn, which might have got him worried. Siren. Okay, let's do it. We've got our Disturbed Slumbers. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's actually tap our caves. I mean, because we're not going to animate the caves, honestly. Okay, we have a 4/4. He's going to sacrifice his puzzle door. Okay. Going to Disturbed Slumber, maybe a Swamp this time, and then we have Huatli's Final Strike. The trouble is this has got Trample. It's past 2 blockers. So we end up letting 5 damage through, unfortunately. Two blockers. Let's see, 3. Yeah. Never mind. And we'll kill the Carnosaur. Get out to -4. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely I could have done better that game. So, don't play the tap land on turn 2. Means I can actually use my 4/4 land to kill his 2/2. He doesn't get that lovely draw and discard every single turn. Okay. And later in the game we could have put him on 3 life to worry him, but yeah, he had his dinosaur again for the 3rd game in a row, so. But he does have a lot of draw and discard, so a lot of card selection, so I think that's fair enough. Right, just another little break. Okay, and I'm back. Right. Straight into the next match. But at least we got to see the that green card in action in game 3, and sort of understood why it might not be a good card. Okay, get 4 land, get a Compass Gnome, couple of expensive things. So, okay. Do we want to get an extra land on turn 2? We've already got so many. So he starts with like a turn 1 rare, of course. Okay, we've got 5 land in hand. Can guarantee getting the 6th land. But I don't think we want to do that. I think I'm pretty confident we'll draw a 6th land. This looks like a land flood. Okay, nice. So that get to scry for 1 whenever it taps. It's pretty cool. Drawn our 1/1 Death Touch. Do we want to mill a couple of cards? We've got Walk with the Ancestors, so we can actually get a permanent card back. Let's do it. Okay, that's fine, and no attacks on it. that. So he's got another rare card. Battle Cry, when it attacks, it pumps everything. Okie doke. He can use that to pump that guy up. So it's all coming together for his deck. Looks sort of mono white at the moment as well. We've drawn a 6th land anyway. Right, I think no attacks. That's just gonna get pumped up. That's obviously getting tapped and scrying. Oh, we actually have a Ghalta. Interesting. Very interesting. Now we want to get to 8 mana. So that can be indestructible if you sacrifice something. We're going to go ahead, walk with the ancestors. I guess we'll bring back Fungal Fortitude. What's worth? Or a land. Or a land. Yeah. And another Death Toucher. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I've got maximum chance of being able to cast Ghalta. Just so I can say I've done it. I don't think we're winning this game. I think he's got a mono white deck. I think we're 0-2 here this event. Yeah, if they get a good enough set of cards to go mono white, then you're probably in a bit of trouble, to be honest. Okay. We can go for the Spiketail or the Cavern Stomper. I'm going to go for... Oh, Cavern Stomper scries, so that can find me land number 8. So yeah, of course that thing gets flying, and that's the other problem with him. And I don't really stop flying things very efficiently with this deck. We've got Death Touch. We're good at stopping things on the ground. Okay, we're going to... I think we're taking that Hidden Nursery, you know, because that gives you some value after we've played Ghalta. And we're just, once again, going to be dead to flyers, basically. Oh, he does have red in the deck. He just didn't need any red at all. I'm not quite dead this turn. Do something. Play this guy. Is that? Doesn't even have trample, does he? Disappointing. Just attack with that one. Alright, he dies and makes another bat, of course. Naturally. Oh, okay. Is that 4 direct damage or something? No? Just a casual red mythic. You managed to draw 2 red sources for it. Okay, right, interesting. It does just kill you. So we can play Ghalta just to say that we've played Ghalta in a game. What does this... Does this just kill me? Okay. So, yeah, we drew a removal spell. So, does it actually... It doesn't even kill this thing, does it? Ah, yeah, that's a problem. We need Descend 4 for that to kill anything. To kill this particular thing. This one drop. Yeah, we're running out of time. We've got 2 timeouts. Let's just think about what we're doing. That is creature cards. If we play Ghalta, we are just 100% dead. I think that's worth remembering. He's got 4 attackers on the ground. Okay, feels like no point attacking, honestly. So let's go next to combat. Can't be blocked by power 2 creatures. Yeah, let's try that. Give that a shot. Use his ability. I'll still be able to do the removal spell thing. And just see if that has any effect at all on the battlefield. So he sacrifices that guy. Well, that's something. And we'll end the turn there. Yeah, we're well set up to just block an onslaught on the ground, but flyers just kill us. Is this a sorcery? No, thank God it's an instant. Okay, we'll do that. Does he still kill me? Does this... That's... Activating that is sorcery speed. Okay. Goblin 2 Raider. Okay. So just for fun, I mean... We can play Ghalta and say we've played Ghalta. Doesn't seem particularly good. Doesn't have haste. Doesn't have any way of reducing its cost. But hey, we played Ghalta. I mean, the idea is Ghalta is a combo card, I guess. You put loads of expensive creatures in your hand somehow, and it enables you to have lots of extra mana, basically. And I've got to remember, yeah, 23 minutes. Block here and block here. Okay, I think his deck is going to get hit by a -2/-2 sweeper. I think that's going to hurt him. So we'll pop that in there. We might definitely drop that one. We might drop our snails. We might try a bit of Disturbed Slumber. Okay, what's the... Gotta think about the last card. Maybe we just leave one Skullcap Snail in. Because we just we have no 2-drops if we do all of this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. We'll give that a shot. Okay, it's 2 black sources, and we've got quite a lot of green. We've got swamp cycling. We can get to 3 swamps, play the crawler, and then that's it. I think this is a mulligan, honestly. 1 playable card. Okay, now we've got... Okay, Malicious Eclipse. We're hoping that's going to do a lot. We don't have 2 black sources. Battle Glyph. I don't think it's going to do a lot this game. So we'll drop the Glyph. Beautiful, we actually draw the other black source we need. Attentive Sunscribe. So this time we will well, we could play a 2/3 creature here to dissuade him from blocking. Maybe he has to use a removal spell. Artifacts enter the battle tapped. Jesus. Okay, let's... attack like that. Arguably, it's a bit of a useless move because we obviously we're still going to kill his 2/2. With our sweeper. 3 damage to that. Okay, 5 damage. Sure. So now we're just out of creatures. We drew 1 creature. So we can't use our fight spell. But we've taken creatures out and replaced them with spells. So this is one of the pitfalls. Changing things. And now we sort of have a feels bad moment of we really want to kill this. I think when it's exiled it doesn't make the extra bat. I think we wait, honestly. I could activate that, but then I might put a 2 toughness creature into play. Oh, Battlecry, yeah, so that's 5 damage. Let's see if he does anything else. No. Okay, let's Malicious Eclipse. Basically a 1-for-1 to take out his rare card. We've drawn another aura that works with creatures, so... Oh, God. Right. Yeah. We've got one of those. It's good. So, yeah, that's why he did nothing with 3 mana open, because he had the flash card. It never works for me when I play sweepers. Well, or rather, I always remember the times it doesn't work. Oh god. Oh, that's horrendous. Okay. Oh, they just put out lethal and we're dead. So it's funny how I can go from playing a sweeper to facing lethal the next turn. Okay, we can get a permanent card back. We could get the Viper back. Discover 4. Sacrificing this just as a Discover 4. So, yeah, let's walk with the Ancestors. Let's get that back. Oh, it's a Careening Mine card. It's the one... Well, it's tapped anyway. Never mind. Yeah, 0-2. Bound to happen. Yeah, we just... Our sideboarding options aren't that great. You end up taking out all your creatures, basically, when you sideboard. Because it makes sense to take out the 1 toughness things if you're putting in the -2/-2 sweeper, and then suddenly you're not playing anything. Well, there we go. It's a 0-2. We got, I think, 1 game win. We won our first game. But that was it. So, yeah, we're not set up to deal with flyers very well. Our sideboard card against flyers does not seem to be a good card. Yeah, I should have, yeah, in that game, I think I'm just not using this correctly, so hold this back and kill his 1/4 creature when it comes in. But in theory, this looks quite good with, you know, Skullcaps. All the good stuff happened in game 1. We did the Skullcap Snail. We did the Fungal Fortitude to bring it back. And we still just about scraped a win, because he had his big dinosaur thing on turn 6. I think he had that around about turn 6 over all 3 games, because he had quite a lot of card draw and he seemed to find it every time. Malicious sideboarding in Malicious Eclipse doesn't seem to work very well. I mean, it's a good answer to that rare he got in game 2 just there, but it's just a 1-for-1. You kind of hope you can actually take out a few more things. Yeah, I think I made a few mistakes there. Definitely, yeah, attacking. I felt anxious to. Yeah, tell you what, game 1, I was regretting not using Disturbed Slumber early just to kill his 2/2. I mean, sorry, game 1. That was game 3 of match 1, right? So in game 2 of match 2, I think, oh, I'm still thinking, right, Disturbed Slumber, use it early to kill a creature. But there's absolutely no point doing it. He just blocks with the 2/2, which is going to die to the sweeper anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that was just a mess up, really. So, and I could have just used that to kill his 1/4 creature that was making my artifacts come into play tapped. That would have been better. So yeah, I did everything a bit wrong there, and then I think his draw was superior to mine quite considerably, and he had the perfect answer to sweepers, so he had the 3/1 jump out into play, Kutzel's flanker, so he had his one copy of that. and then a 4/4 to follow up, so he had lethal on the board. So the sweeper did very little. But it's just I like the look of this deck. I like the idea of trying to play Ghalta. I can say I actually played Ghalta. It did. I think I cast Skullcap Snail for free, but I think it's a terrible rare. Honestly, it's quite tempting to play it, but it's not as good as the other Ghalta that gets the cost reduction. It's just way too hard to play an 8-drop. That by the time you play it, you've played all the creature cards from your hand anyway. You need a lot of other cards to really make this good, so it's probably just a bad card. I like the, tell you what, I like Swamp Cycling on the Spiketail, on the big creatures, and then bringing them back with the Soulcoil Viper. That's quite a good move. Yep. I wonder if the white and blue deck might have been pretty good. The first one I was looking at. Just, you do a lot of card draw and early game, and you hit your lands, and then you've got a few flyers to close out the game. It's probably quite an effective. Going to be quite effective because this has got. There's a smattering of removal. There's not enough removal. You're not going to take out the big flyers consistently. I mean, I had Join the Dead, and it wasn't enough to take out his 5/6 flyer, which was sad. Yeah. So it seemed like it might be good. I had the Bedrock Tortoise. We've got that once. Because, of course, previous sealed, somebody played this on turn 4, and I just smashed me because I didn't have removal. So 6/6 on turn 4 is often just enough to win. Okay, I guess we'll claim our prize there of very little. 200 gems and 3 packs. Yep, so unfortunately this time we don't have enough gems for the next one. Plan is I'm going to use some of this enormous amount of gold to play some drafts, build my gems up a bit, try and get the mastery pass, I think. Anyway, I think that's the video, so thanks for watching.